I just discovered why a car that won't start in Japan can be running like new in minutes, while here we send it straight to the shop and start paying bills that hurt more than the breakdown itself. The secret lies in 5 hidden Japanese techniques that can completely reset your car and extend its life for hundreds of thousands more miles. The most shocking thing is that it doesn't matter the make or year. They work the same on a Nissan, Chevrolet, Volkswagen, Toyota, or any other car. They're so simple that anyone can apply them at home, yet so powerful that many repair shops use them in secret and then charge you hundreds of euros for it. Now, I have to warn you, if you mess up any of these steps, you can permanently damage your car's computer. That's why you need to stay until the end, because that's where I'll show you the step that defines everything. Doing it right can give your car a second life. Doing it wrong can condemn it forever. Let's go straight to number 5.
Number 10. Extreme preventative maintenance. The best-kept secret of Japanese car culture is what they call extreme preventative maintenance. It's not magic, it's not different parts, and it's not even about brands. It's a system of care that anyone can apply at home. The Japanese don't wait for something to fail, they act beforehand. And thanks to that mindset, their cars last for decades running like new. This method can be summarized in 5 fundamental steps that seem simple but make all the difference between a car that dies at 150,000 kilometers and one that exceeds 1 million. Step 1. Progressive warm-up. They never rev a cold engine. They start the car and let it idle gently for a few minutes. Then they drive the first few miles, keeping the RPMs low. This allows the oil to reach its ideal viscosity and all the parts to expand without rough wear. What I'm about to tell you now goes against everything we've been taught in the West. Step 2. Oil change according to use. They don't blindly follow the manual. If the car drives a lot in the city, they change the oil sooner than recommended. They even use a homemade test. A single drop of oil on white paper reveals if it's still good or if it has lost its properties. Step 3. Weekly fluid check. They consider every fluid to be the car's blood. They check the oil, brakes, coolant, power steering, and even windshield washer fluid every Sunday. Keeping them at optimal levels prevents 90% of serious breakdowns. Step 4. Preventative part replacement. They change belts, tensioners, and filters before they fail. Although it may seem excessive, replacing something that still works is what prevents repairs costing thousands of euros later on. Step 5. General inspection every 10,000 kilometers. The ultimate ritual is to inspect every bolt, every hose, every connection. They detect problems when they are still small. This discipline turns the car into a virtually indestructible machine. This Japanese ritual is what makes the difference between a common car and a family heirloom. The Japanese say a car cared for like a living being will accompany you for your whole life, and they're not exaggerating. Thousands of vehicles in Japan are still running after decades because their owners apply this method without fail. Now that we understand the Japanese philosophy, let's move on to what you can do yourself at home to keep your car in perfect condition. These are tricks that don't require special tools and can even get you out of a bind when your car seems possessed by electronic glitches.
Number 9. Battery and ECU reset. Cars start showing strange electrical faults. The first thing most mechanics do is connect a scanner. In less than 5 minutes, they read the codes, press a couple of buttons, and then present a bill for 50 or even 100 euros. What few drivers know is that this same procedure, known as an ECU reset, can be done at home without special tools and with equally effective results. The ECU, or electronic control unit, is basically the car's brain. It regulates ignition, fuel injection, air mixture, idle speed, and even safety systems like ABS. It's a computer that's always learning from your driving habits and adapting to conditions. The problem is that, like any computer, it sometimes accumulates errors. These are reading faults, temporary data, or settings that get stored and cause the car to start behaving strangely. Higher gas consumption, unstable idling, irregular acceleration, or even warning lights that shouldn't be on. This simple step has resurrected cars that have been dead at the shop for weeks. The good news is that clearing all those ghost errors is as easy as restarting a phone. The procedure requires patience, but any driver can do it in about 20 minutes. The first thing is to disconnect the battery. You must always start with the negative terminal, the black cable. This is vital because if you start with the positive and accidentally touch the chassis with a tool, you can cause a short circuit that can seriously damage the electronics. Once disconnected, you must wait for a full 15 minutes, not 10 or 5. The key is to give enough time for the ECU's internal capacitors, which act like small batteries, to completely discharge. While you wait, there's an extra step that multiplies the effectiveness. With the battery still disconnected, get into the car and press the brake pedal for about 15 seconds. This simple gesture forces any residual energy trapped in the system to exit through the brake lights. It's like squeezing the last drop out of a lemon. This ensures that no electricity remains, which could keep the errors alive. After the time has passed, reconnect the battery, but in the reverse order. First the positive terminal, and then the negative. Adjust the cables firmly, enough so there's no looseness, but without over-tightening. A loose terminal generates microscopic sparks that confuse the ECU, while one that's too tight can damage the battery post. The final step is to start the car and let it idle for at least 5 minutes. Don't press the accelerator, don't force it, just leave it alone. During this time, the computer is relearning all the basic parameters: the air-fuel mixture, the accelerator position, the idle control. It's normal for the engine to sound a little strange during these minutes, with higher or unstable RPMs. It's part of the learning process. When it's finished, you'll most likely notice immediate changes. The idle will be more stable, the accelerator pedal will respond better, fuel consumption will return to normal levels, and many of the warning lights will turn off on their own. What a repair shop charges you to do with a machine, you can achieve at home with a few minutes of patience. Of course, this trick isn't magic. If a real mechanical problem exists, the breakdown will reappear. But if you have temporary errors or confusing settings, a battery and ECU reset is like giving the car a full night's rest after weeks without sleep. It restores its clarity, balance, and original performance.
Number 8. Cleaning electrical connectors. Modern cars rely on dozens of electronic sensors to function correctly. Every time you start the engine, tiny computers collect data on temperature, the amount of oxygen in the exhaust, air pressure, or accelerator position. All this information travels to the ECU, which interprets it to keep the car stable. The problem is that this communication depends on a tiny but crucial detail: the electrical connectors. These are pieces of metal the size of a fingernail, but if they get dirty or rusty, they distort the signal and the car starts to fail. Even if the sensors are in perfect condition, a deteriorated connector can fool the computer into thinking there's a lack of oxygen in the engine when the sensor is actually fine. It can also alter the temperature reading, causing the fan to work improperly or the idle to be unstable. And all this translates into annoying symptoms: vibrations at traffic lights, jerking when accelerating, skyrocketing fuel consumption, or in some cases, starting failures. The worst part is that many mechanics often recommend replacing entire sensors when all that was needed was to clean the contact point. A simple spray on a connector can erase symptoms that looked like serious engine faults. The procedure to bring them back to life is much simpler than it seems. You just need a can of dielectric cleaning spray, or failing that, isopropyl alcohol. The first step is to identify the most sensitive connectors, those for the oxygen sensor, temperature sensors, pressure sensors, and those in the intake. They usually have a plastic tab that you press to release them. Once disconnected, apply the cleaner directly onto the metal terminals. If you see a greenish tint, it's a sign of corrosion caused by moisture. Just gently scrub with an old toothbrush until the metal regains its shine. When reconnecting, it's important to make sure the fit is firm. A loose connector can continue to cause errors. The interesting thing is that the positive effects are often noticeable as soon as you start the car. That shaky idle disappears, the acceleration becomes linear, and the consumption starts to normalize. Some dashboard lights even turn off because there are no longer false readings confusing the computer. In Japan, this practice is part of routine checkups. For them, cleaning connectors is as important as changing the oil. They see it as a basic hygiene process. If you want your car to function like a healthy organism, you need its internal communication to be clear. It's similar to talking on a phone with static. It doesn't matter how well the device works if the signal arrives with noise. The same thing happens with cars. A perfect sensor is useless if the connector transmits noisy data. The great advantage of this trick is that you don't need advanced knowledge or to spend money at a repair shop. With something as simple as a €10 spray, you can save hundreds on unnecessary sensors. And the best part? It's not a temporary solution. If it's done as a preventative routine at least once a year, it extends the life of the sensors for the entire useful life of the car. So the next time your car starts behaving strangely for no apparent reason, remember to first look at the simplest thing. It's possible that it's not a serious breakdown, but just a dirty connector preventing communication. By cleaning it, you restore the bridge between the sensor and the computer. The engine regains its balance, and you get back in control without spending a cent.
Number 7. Recalibrating the throttle body. One of the most frustrating problems for a driver is when the car responds poorly to acceleration. The pedal feels strange, sometimes too sensitive, and other times too slow. It can even feel like the engine lacks power, even though it's actually working fine. This is usually due to a misalignment in the throttle body, a part that regulates how much air and fuel mixture enters the engine each time you press the pedal. Over time, this valve loses its calibration, and the computer starts sending incorrect commands. Most repair shops, upon hearing complaints about jerking or lack of response, suggest replacing expensive sensors or even the entire part. However, in the vast majority of cases, the problem is solved by recalibrating the throttle body, a process that requires no new parts or huge expenses. 5 minutes of patience can restore the smoothness and power you had lost. The procedure is simple. First, make sure the battery is charged and the engine is cold. Turn the ignition key to the on position without starting the engine and wait 3 seconds. Then, press the accelerator pedal to the floor 5 times in less than 5 seconds. This step forces the computer to recognize the maximum limits of the pedal. After that, wait 7 seconds and keep the pedal fully pressed for 20 seconds. You'll notice that the check engine light flashes or stays on steadily. This means that the ECU is in learning mode. Release the pedal and turn the car off. When you start it again, let it idle without touching anything for 5 minutes. During this time, the computer readjusts the throttle body and calibrates the airflow in relation to the pedal. What once felt rough or slow transforms into a smooth and natural response. The car once again obeys exactly what you ask with your foot, without delays or lurches. The surprising thing about this trick is that many drivers who thought they needed a complete throttle body replacement were able to restore their car with just this sequence. And the best part is, it costs nothing, requires no tools, and can be repeated as many times as necessary. This type of calibration became popular in Japan, where most drivers do it every time they change the battery or after long periods of inactivity. The reason is that when the ECU loses power, it forgets the factory settings and starts to invent values for the accelerator. That confusion generates higher fuel consumption and an uncomfortable driving feel. Recalibrating is like reminding the car how to breathe. Many mechanics hide this information because they prefer to sell the complete part, but the truth is that with patience and precision, any driver can restore the car's original performance. It's not magic, but about understanding that the computer needs to relearn the limits of each component. And if you think this is useful, wait until you see the next trick, because I'll reveal how to recalibrate another electrical system that can cost you up to €600 at the shop, and that you can adjust yourself for free.
Number 6. Inspecting and cleaning the MAF sensor. One of the most important, yet most forgotten components is the MAF sensor, also known as the mass airflow sensor. Its function is to measure the amount of air entering the engine so that the ECU can adjust the perfect air and fuel mixture. In theory, it's a simple detail, but in practice, if this sensor fails, your car can become a nightmare. Poor acceleration, unstable idle, black smoke from the exhaust, and skyrocketing gas consumption. The problem is that the MAF sensor is constantly exposed to dust, grease, and moisture particles that enter through the air filter. Although the filter catches most of it, small impurities always get through and over time stick to the sensor's filament. This layer of dirt fools it. It starts to report less air than is actually entering. The ECU injects more fuel than necessary, and the engine loses efficiency.
The curious thing is that this fault doesn't always turn on the check engine light, which causes many drivers to go months without realizing that the sensor is the culprit. A dirty MAF sensor can make you spend up to 20% more on fuel without you even noticing. The good news is that you don't need to replace it. It's enough to clean it correctly. The procedure is simple. First, locate the sensor, which is usually found right after the air filter. It's secured with a couple of screws and connected with an electrical connector. Very carefully disconnect it and remove it. It is essential not to touch the filament with your fingers or any object. You'll notice the changes immediately. The car regains smoothness when accelerating, the idle stabilizes, and most noticeably, fuel consumption drops. In some cases, that annoying black smoke from the exhaust is even eliminated because the mixture becomes balanced again. Many drivers report that after cleaning the sensor, the car feels more powerful and responds like it did when they first bought it. This trick has an additional advantage. It prolongs the life of the sensor itself. A new MAF sensor can cost between 150 and 300 euros depending on the model, and most of the time they are replaced unnecessarily. With a cleaning every 20 or 30,000 kilometers, you can keep it in perfect condition for the entire life of the car. In Japan, cleaning the MAF sensor is almost a requirement in routine maintenance. Mechanics know that an engine with a clean airflow sensor works more efficiently, pollutes less, and maintains its performance for much longer. It's a preventative action that, although it seems insignificant, translates into saving money and a much more pleasant driving experience. So the next time you notice that your car consumes too much, accelerates awkwardly, or puts out smoke for no apparent reason, don't immediately think of a serious fault. Look at this sensor first. In most cases, a simple cleaning is all it needs to give you back an agile, economical, and reliable car.
Number 5. Injector cleaning without a shop. One of the most common problems as a car accumulates mileage is the loss of power. The engine starts and runs, but it no longer feels agile or responds with the same force. Many times, the culprit is the fuel injectors, those tiny parts that atomize gasoline inside the engine. Over time, residues from the fuel itself, dust, and moisture form deposits that clog the nozzles. When that happens, the fuel doesn't burn evenly, the car starts to vibrate, the idle becomes unstable, and consumption increases. The curious thing is that in many repair shops, the first recommendation is to replace the injectors, and they are not exactly cheap. A complete set can cost hundreds of euros and even thousands in diesel engines. But what few people know is that many of these failures are solved with a deep cleaning that you can do yourself at home, without the need for expensive professional equipment. Dirty injectors can make you lose up to 30% of your car's power without you even realizing it. The procedure is simpler than it seems. The first thing is to buy a quality injector cleaning additive designed to mix directly with gasoline. You don't need tools or advanced knowledge. Just add the recommended amount to the tank before filling it with fuel. The ideal is to do it when the tank is almost empty so that the product's concentration is higher and its effect is stronger. As you drive, the additive travels with the gasoline through the injectors, dissolving the carbon and dirt deposits that are clogging the nozzles. In just a few miles, you can notice the difference. The idle becomes more stable, the engine responds better, and the smoke from the exhaust is reduced. The most impressive thing is that after a couple of treated tanks, many cars regain the strength and smoothness they had when they were new. For more extreme cases, there is a slightly more manual variant. It consists of removing the injectors and cleaning them with a specific spray or with ultrasound. Although it sounds complicated, many drivers with a little patience manage to do it at home by following basic tutorials. The key is not to use abrasive products that damage the nozzles, but cleaners designed to dissolve residues without affecting the metal. The great advantage of this trick is that in addition to improving engine power and response, it also prolongs the useful life of the injectors. Clean injectors work with less strain, atomize fuel better, and reduce the risk of the ECU having to compensate with excess gasoline, which also lowers consumption. In Japan, this practice is part of regular maintenance every certain number of kilometers. They understand that an engine not only needs clean oil or new spark plugs, it also needs its fuel lungs to be clear to perform at its maximum. And that preventative vision is what makes the difference between a car that ages quickly and one that stays young for decades. And if you think cleaning injectors is effective, wait for the next trick, because there I'll tell you how to protect your car's electrical system with a technique so simple it seems like a factory secret.